So I keep seeing shit come up across my feeds of should cannabis be legalised for recreational, decriminalised, or blah 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 blah, whatever the fucking way they want to ask this question. No, it shouldn't be illegal. It's never killed anyone. It's not a problem. If anything, it sparks creativity. It helps people. And the reason why people are perceived to be lazy or wrong and anything like that is because society itself keeps pushing people out. If I was able to enjoy my medicine and go out and live my life without the possibility of some asswipe fucking turning the nose up or making me feel bad and saying, oh, that shouldn't be allowed, or having some kind of opinion on what makes me able to be me. I find it really bizarre why all these people will have so many things to say about how and why this beautiful flower is horrendous, why it's disgusting, why blah 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 blah, all these negative things. And fundamentally it comes down to the ignorance of the plant and also the dislike of the smell. Personally, I think alcohol and nicotine should be completely illegal. It should be stopped. It shouldn't exist. And we should replace all of these things with THC. I don't think we should be encouraging anybody to smoke anything or ingest anything toxic, which is why I'm saying we should be ingesting THC and psilocybin in small doses, because not only are they non-toxic, but they're beneficial. You are able to connect with yourself in a way that is beneficial to yourself and to society. It fundamentally makes you see the negative aspects of yourself, and it makes you want to better yourself. These are not dangerous, toxic or harmful substances. These are beautiful, fear-releasing and conscious awareness growing openers. The only reason why these are seen as gateway drugs or gateways to access is because you have to break the law to attain them. You're gaining access to harder, more dangerous substances by going to illegal means. So if you're comfortable breaking the law one time to get something that's beneficial, you're more than likely going to break it again to get something that's non-beneficial. So if you're going to a street dealer, not only are you getting a product that is potentially laced with anything, but you'll be getting a product that is also supplied with other powders or crystals or other man-made synthetic chemicals that are inherently dangerous for the body. This is the only reason why these products, why THC and psilocybin, are seen as gateway drugs, because of ignorant people who do not understand base fundamental ways of being in a society. People at the top don't want to admit that cannabis, even if it was legalised for economic purposes, so you still weren't allowed to ingest it, but they changed off paper and we moved over to growing cannabis for paper use, fabric use and building supplies, we would earn so much more money because it's so much more renewable and it's so much more robust. In of itself, it is a wonderful plant, and we shouldn't veer away from new ideas that spark creativity and independence. This is a substance that has been used for thousands of years because of its benefits spiritually, physically and mentally. These are wonderful substances, and they're non-toxic because they are literally a part of us. We have these naturally in our body anyway. So when you ingest things like cannabis or THC, you unlock parts of your body that biologically is already there. You just emphasize the way you feel. This is why some people think they have bad trips or bad times on them. It's because they're not ready to focus in on a point or part of their life that is negatively affecting them. And I find it really bizarre that it's perfectly acceptable and kind of pushed out. Well, no, not pushed out, sorry. It's acceptable and eased off and talked over and over-explained that, oh, they're just drunk, or they're people that have got drinking problems, or it's just them, blah, 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 whatever. But yeah, they're literally destroying their body. People who, yes, smoke cannabis are destroying their lungs, but generally they're not affecting outwardly people in any other way other than a smell. But yeah, alcohol makes you throw hands, makes you throw things. It makes you say and do horrible, toxic, miserable things, because that's what it makes you become. I don't know anyone who smokes a spliff and wants to walk down the road and punch people, but I've definitely drank a pint or two and walked down the road and been that angry at myself that I've lashed out and punched other things. Luckily I've never hit anybody because that's not who I am. But my god, if I put myself through some stupid positions and places and predicaments because I've not been happy with myself. And my experiences have led me to enjoy and harness the power of THC and psilocybin to a way that I'm able to function. But unfortunately the society that we've got and have labels me as a degenerate or a miscreant, a criminal and a dangerous person because I don't conform to Big Pharma telling me that these pills that they have been tried and tested for decades, it's never seen any improvement, they're the way forward. To just ride it out, don't deal with it, shut it down and talk about it with a stranger. Or I learn to reconnect with myself. I learn what is and what isn't a good thing for me, and I learn how I deal with things by taking something that is a part of me. Because we wouldn't have life on Earth without mushrooms. Life evolved from mushrooms. So we are still a part of them biologically. That I would rather take every day of the week, something that is literally part of me, that unlocks a happiness in me that was taken away from me as a child. I will replace it with a part of me that is able to give me that back, than to take a pill that removes emotion in general and leaves me in what I poetically call my abyss. Because it's just me losing connection with myself, and it's just a weird expectation that we're so upset and miserable with outward life because of jobs or relationships and things like that. So we take pills to induce a form of emotionless being so we can talk out happily through therapy and understand why we are. And that could take months, years, and in my case, the majority of my life. I was depressed and suicidal outwardly from the age of 12 all the way up until, current state. The only thing that I've ever experienced that have ever put me in a state of actual happiness for a long period of time was psilocybin. Learning how to medicate with psilocybin and THC brought a sense of being back to myself, and it's helped me create a self-image and self-worth where I'm now able to present that through my own expression, and hopefully you'll all be able to, you all want to follow along and support as much as you can. But the point of this whole thing is I watched a video of, I've seen so many videos of people saying, why should I have to run away and hide because I want to smoke a joint or I want to enjoy the feeling of this, and we shouldn't. People who want to get drunk should run and hide because of the embarrassing nature that they become, because it is inherently, yes, it's a social stimulus, but you end up doing some embarrassing things. You wake up the next day and, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, I feel really bad. And some of us who are susceptible to feeling low anyway live like that for days and weeks after. Where smoking a joint or eating some brownies or mushrooms or whatever, ingesting this wonderful stimulus doesn't make me feel like I've embarrassed myself or caused any harm or upset. It makes me look inwards and see peace and understanding with myself, and it makes me want to reflect that outwardly. And I'm hoping that this 9.5 minute, 10-minute video will get some kind of point across that this isn't something that people need to be embarrassed about. It's not something people need to hide. Cannabis is helpful and it should be legal for always and ever. It's weird. Enjoy smoking weed anywhere and everywhere. Stand up for yourself and stand up for the right to be able to enjoy natural happiness.